You close your eyes each night and surrender to sleep. But have you ever considered what you surrender to? Your subconscious mind does not rest when your body does. It continues its work, building, shaping, creating according to the last instructions you gave it. And if you gave it nothing, if you fell asleep in worry or confusion or doubt, then those became your instructions. The hours of sleep are not lost hours. They are the most fertile hours you possess. For 8 hours each night, your conscious mind releases its grip, and your subconscious mind is free to work undisturbed by doubt, by argument, by fear. This is the secret I have watched change live. The thoughts you accept in the moments before sleep are the seeds that grow in the darkness. They become your tomorrow. Most people waste this sacred time. They rehearse their troubles as they lie down. They review their failures. They fall asleep in the mood of defeat, and they wonder why morning brings no change. But you need not live this way. There is a law at work, and once you understand it, you hold the key to transformation. For years, perhaps, you have believed that sleep is simply rest for the body. You have thought of it as a pause, a blank space in your day. And so you have given no thought to what fills your mind as you drift into unconsciousness. You have let the day's anxieties follow you into bed. You have carried your problems with you beneath the covers, turning them over and over in your thoughts until exhaustion finally overtakes you. This is the common error. You assume that because you are unconscious, nothing is happening. But I tell you, everything is happening. Your subconscious mind is always listening, always accepting, always responding to the dominant feeling in your heart. And when you fall asleep in fear, you instruct your subconscious to build more experiences of fear. When you fall asleep in lack, you program it to demonstrate lack. When you sleep in resentment, you awaken to more reasons for resentment. The subconscious mind does not judge your thoughts. It does not say, this is good, this is bad. It simply accepts what you feel to be true and proceeds to make it manifest in your experience. If you fall asleep believing yourself poor, your subconscious accepts that as your instruction and continues throughout the night to align your mental and emotional patterns with poverty. If you fall asleep believing yourself unworthy of love, your subconscious faithfully builds that conviction into your very being. Do you see the danger here? 8 hours each night, 1/3 of your life spent reinforcing the very conditions you wish to escape. 1/3 of your life programming yourself for limitation, for struggle, for disappointment. And then you wonder why your days feel heavy, why circumstances do not shift, why prayer seems unanswered. But there is also tremendous hope in this understanding. For if 8 hours of unconscious negative thinking can keep you bound, then 8 hours of conscious positive instruction can set you free. The same law that has worked against you can work for you. The same subconscious power that has demonstrated your fears can demonstrate your faith. Think of a garden. If you plant weeds before nightfall, you will harvest weeds. But if you plant seeds of beauty, if you tend your inner garden with care before sleep, then beauty will grow. Your subconscious mind is that garden, and the moments before sleep are your planting time. I have seen people transform their health by changing what they accepted before sleep. I have seen marriages healed, finances restored, peace established, all because someone learned to give their subconscious mind new instructions in those precious moments before unconsciousness. The power was always there. The law was always working. They simply learned to work with it instead of against it. Do you see now how sleep becomes your greatest opportunity? The subconscious mind is the builder. It takes the blueprint you give it and constructs your experience. And there is no time when it is more receptive to your blueprint than in the moments before sleep. Your conscious mind, with all its doubts and arguments and reasonings, begins to quiet. The gates open, and whatever you impress upon your subconscious in this receptive state sinks deep. This is why the ancient wisdom tells us to pray before sleep. This is why the Psalms speak of meditating upon God's word in the night watches. It was not superstition. It was recognition of a law. The spiritual teachers of old understood that the last thought held in consciousness before sleep becomes the dominant instruction to the creative power within. Your subconscious does not sleep. It is always awake, always working, always creating according to the pattern you have given it. And while your body rests and your conscious mind releases control, your subconscious has 8 uninterrupted hours to make real what you have accepted as true. What you accept inwardly, you experience outwardly. Now, let me show you how to use this law deliberately, consciously, for your good. Before you close your eyes tonight, you must choose the instruction you will give to your subconscious mind. You must decide what you wish it to build during the hours of sleep. And you do this through a simple but profound practice: constructive prayer and affirmation before sleep. Let us say you desire healing in your body. You have been struggling with illness, and you wish to be. Your habit may have been to lie down thinking of your symptoms, worrying about your condition, fearing what tomorrow might bring. But now you understand that these thoughts are instructions. So, instead, you do this. As you lie down, you relax your body completely. You take a few deep breaths. You let go of the day. And then in a quiet, confident manner, you say to yourself, my body is the temple of the living God. Divine, life flows through every cell of my being. I am healed. I am whole. I am perfect in God's sight. You repeat this gently, feeling the truth of it, accepting it as reality. You do not argue with it. You do not say, but I still feel pain. You simply accept the healing as done, and you fall asleep with this feeling of wholeness in your heart. What happens? Your subconscious mind receives this instruction. And for 8 hours, while you sleep, peacefully, it works to align your body with the pattern of health you have accepted. It does not happen through your effort or your striving. It happens through your faith, through your acceptance, through your conviction that it is so. I have known people healed of conditions the doctors called incurable, simply because they learned to fall asleep in the feeling of perfect health. Night after night, they impress this truth upon their subconscious. And night after night, their subconscious built it into their experience. Or perhaps you seek prosperity. You have struggled with lack. Your habit has been to fall asleep worrying about bills, rehearsing your debts, feeling the weight of financial pressure. But now you choose differently. As you prepare for sleep, you say, I am a child of the infinite. All the riches of God are mine to enjoy. Money flows to me freely and abundantly. I am prospered in all my ways. You feel the relief of this. You imagine your needs met. You accept it as true. And you fall asleep in that consciousness of abundance. Your subconscious does not question whether you currently have money in your hand. It accepts what you feel to be true and begins to arrange circumstances, ideas, opportunities to match that inner conviction. People who practice this faithfully find that doors open, ideas come, opportunities appear. The outer world conforms to the inner pattern. Can you feel that quiet power within you now? The same principle applies to every area of life. If you seek love, fall asleep feeling loved, worthy, cherished by the divine. If you seek peace, fall asleep in the stillness of God's presence. If you seek guidance, fall asleep knowing that infinite intelligence directs your path. The formula is always the same. Choose your desired state. Accept it as true, feel it real, and fall asleep in that conviction. But there is one more element that deepens this practice, and it is forgiveness. You cannot fall asleep in resentment and expect your subconscious to build you a peaceful life. You cannot carry bitterness into sleep and wake to harmony. Before you give your subconscious its positive instruction, you must clear the channel. You must forgive. As you lie down, bring to mind anyone who has hurt you, anyone toward whom you feel anger or resentment, and you say quietly, I fully and freely forgive you. I release you to your good, and I release myself to mine. There is no resentment in my heart. I am at peace. You do not wait to feel forgiving. You choose to forgive. And as you do, you feel the burden lift. You feel the channel clear. And then you are ready to impress your good upon your subconscious mind. This is not sentimentality. This is spiritual law. Resentment blocks the flow of good. Forgiveness opens it. And when you fall asleep in a state of forgiveness and faith, you give your subconscious pure, unobstructed instructions. I have taught this to thousands. Those who practice it faithfully report the same experience. They sleep more peacefully, they wake with greater clarity, and they find that their lives begin to shift in wonderful ways. Problems that seemed impossible begin to resolve. Doors that were closed begin to open. Health improves. Relationships heal. Abundance flows. And this is where understanding becomes demonstration. Your subconscious mind is impersonal. It will build whatever you instruct it to build. For years, you may have been instructing it unconsciously, allowing your fears and doubts to shape your experience. But now you are awakening to the law. Now you are taking conscious control of the thoughts and feelings you carry into sleep. And as you do, you take conscious control of your life. Some will say, but I cannot control my thoughts. My mind wanders. I fall asleep in the middle of my affirmation. And I say to you, this does not matter. What matters is the dominant feeling, the prevailing mood in which you drift into sleep. Even if you cannot hold the exact words of an affirmation, you can hold the feeling of your good. You can relax into trust. You can let go in faith. And that is enough. Your subconscious responds to feeling, not to words. It responds to conviction, not to repetition. So give it the feeling of your good. Give it the mood of faith, and trust it to do its perfect work while you sleep. Think of a moment when you believed, and it worked. Tonight, you have a choice. You can fall asleep as you always have, carrying your burdens and your doubts into unconsciousness. Or you can fall asleep as a spiritual scientist, deliberately impressing upon your subconscious mind the truth of your good. You can lie down in faith, knowing that the infinite intelligence within you is already arranging all things for your highest good. You can release the day's troubles. You can forgive those who have hurt you. You can affirm your health, your prosperity, your peace, your joy, and you can fall asleep in that quiet certainty, trusting your subconscious to build it into your experience while you rest. 8 hours each night, 1/3 of your life. What will you do with this sacred time? Will you waste it in worry, or will you use it in faith? The choice is yours. The law is constant. The power is within you. And the subconscious mind, that faithful servant, awaits your instruction. Begin tonight. Choose your good. Feel it real. Accept it as done, and fall asleep in peace. The subconscious is the servant of belief. What you accept as you sleep becomes what you awaken to. Fine. This is the law. This is the promise. This is your power. Go in peace. Sleep in faith, and awaken to your good made manifest.